Radiant team ban.
Welcome back to the American Dota League. I'm Emma John, your caster. And for you, right now, we have a game between Dignitas and Insight.Avell. We saw Dignitas earlier in the day getting beaten by Liquid. And now we see Insight.Avell. Disconnect comes out early in the draft. Hopefully, it's only dark green. It's not a big deal. Insight.Avell, let's just say they had a really rough time against Evil Genius's last game. They're still looking for their first victory in the American Dota League. Hopefully, they can put up a fight here and try and find something against Dignitas. Not that I'm rooting for either team, but it would be sad for them to go entirely winless. That being said, Dignitas kind of need this win. That loss to Liquid earlier gives them 4 losses, I believe, which puts them kind of towards the middle of the pack, really, and seeding could be less favorable for them going into the playoffs. So they need to cash in. They play 2 games right now against Insight. And if they can pick up both of these victories, they'd be looking a lot better. But as it is right now, with 4 losses and still a whole lot of games to play, they're not that far ahead, they're not ahead at all, of Arctic. Typical mistakes. They're beating out Smeagol, which is a positive, of course, but they can get caught in a pretty poor seeding, end up against one of these better teams. I mean, looking at the teams that are a top 3 right now, EG, TL, and Arctic, I don't know if you want to face any of those in a first-round matchup. Dignitas or not, of course, they're a phenomenal team, but just not who you want to face in a first-round matchup, especially if you're Dignitas. So they'll try their best in this game to solidify a victory over Insight and then try to do again later. But Insight are looking to play the spoiler. We have bans coming out here. It's going to be Darkseer and Nature's Prophet banned out from Insight on the dire side. The Radiant, meanwhile, banned out. Nikes and Keeper of Light. I don't know where our team names are. They're missing in action, which is unfortunate. I do like my team names, but we'll do without them. As we do see Batrider and Lone Druid, the picks for Insight. So a couple of good heroes to work off of. Wisp and Gyrocopter in play from Dignitas. Nothing in particular to poke out a little bit. They have been really, really, really high on this Jakiro pick, and they decided to let it go because the Wisp is there. And we all know, anyone that's ever seen Dignitas over the past couple of months know that Wisp is high on Dignitas' list of priority heroes. Probably one of the highest. And they play it so well. Able to get off really good ganks and pair up with the Wisp a wide variety of heroes. They're not afraid to throw the CK at you. Previously, they used to throw more of the Tiny, of course, in the hands of AUI 2000, but that seems to have fallen off ever so slightly with the changes in the game recently. Meanwhile, back to the bans, we see Alchemist taken out from Insight. Dignitas respond with a Jakiro ban. And now Weaver going to be banned out by Insight as well. Dignitas with their 4th ban. Do they opt for another support? Of course, looking at Insight's lineup, since they already have Batrider, which is probably going to go middle since they have a Lone Druid as well, you'd assume supports are the safe things to ban. You could also ban out hard carries. They're going to go for the Juggernaut this time, just a little bit more towards that carry ban. And Treant Protector, who was not picked or banned last game, makes his way into this game. I'm not even too upset, really. Once in a while, he's pretty fun. IX Mike made him into a pretty fun hero, chaining him up with Morana stunts with Korok. But in this game, of course, Treant Protector will be paired up with Batrider and Lone Druid so far. So they're looking pretty tanky. And Lone Druid's a tough hero to take down. Batrider, with his mobility and what you naturally build on him, is already a tough hero to cope with. So Insight look like they have something brewing here. Looks like they have a pretty good squad up for them so far. Dignitas on the flip side pick up a Beastmaster. Now my mind is asking whether this is Beastmaster middle in the hands of Snake King or if it's a Beastmaster offlane in the hands of Universe. And that's hard to decipher as of yet. We'll wait before we try and draw any conclusions there. I do love Beastmaster middle. I think against some of the melee targets he's good, but if he's up against a Batrider, it's a lot to ask of him. That's a tough lane. You can get a little bit of CS here and there. You can get a little bit of experience, but it's not the laning matchup I'd want. I know that. 4th pick's coming up in a moment here from Insight. Insight looking for a hero to add to Tree and Protector, Lone Druid, Batrider. Do they want to support? Do they want to go for the Visage to get the extra damage output, or are they going for a carry? Do they want perhaps the Faceless Void we saw earlier in the day in one of the games that happened before this, or in their extra time? A lot of carries panned out looking at it. Alchemist, Weaver, Lifestealer, and Juggernaut all taken out of the pool. Do they want to go for the PA? They pick up a Silencer instead. Interesting choice. Someone did something similar to this in a previous game, and Silencer, Tree, and Protector just gives you a weak tri-lane. I mean, Wisp isn't the best tri-laner. We say it every time we see him, but Silencer, Tree, and Protector doesn't give you a great core to work off of. You can have, like Demon in the previous game against Insight. He was a bounty hunter, and he did just fine against the tri-lane because there weren't any lockdowns to cope with him. They couldn't punish him, really, for being too aggressive. And that looks like it's shaping up to be a similar case for Insight in this game, and that could be one of their shortcomings in terms of their picks. Maybe they're picking plans, so maybe they'll try and work that out. And here we got a fourth pick, Chaos Knight from Dignitas, so will be the CK plus the Wisp. Why not? Throw it out there. It's aggressive. It's in your face. It wants to take advantage of the early game, and that's exactly what Dignitas will look to do. That said, they're up against a Batrider who does well early game. Tree and Protector with a living armor can make a lot of things happen for his team. This isn't the worst draft I've seen from Insight, but you know, I'm coming into the game with a little bit of reluctance because of how they performed last game. And this is a high caliber of opponent. It's not exactly the lab where you go to test your new techniques. No, this isn't a testing ground. This is do or die, and I want Insight to find a victory somewhere along the line. Got to root for the underdog. Of course, we see a Lich ban coming out here with the 5th ban. That being said, Dignitas is an amazing team. One of my favorite North American teams. Top 3. And they're looking for a 5th ban here as well. Looking to take out a hero. I want to thank everyone that's followed me on MYJ on TV throughout the day. I'm 99 followers, it seems. So really close to hitting that 100 mark, which would be awesome. I appreciate that greatly. Of course, on Twitter, you'll get my tweets out about the games that I'm casting, games that I'm co-casting. I'll retweet all kinds of things for the American and North American, South American scene, whatever we're up to throughout the course of the next coming months and beyond. So you'll get all of that as well. But if you do that, you might as well head over to American Dota on Twitter, follow them as well. Be sure to follow their Twitch channel here. Be sure to purchase an in-game ticket. It's only $5, I believe. I've been saying that. I hope I'm right on the price. But either way, we have an anti-mage ban out here looking for a 5th pick, but you should do that because supporting this organization is imperative if we want to have it come back again. And ADL has been a lot of fun. Arctic making a name, not entirely off the ADL, a lot of other competitions involved, but definitely it's a contributing factor. And this is what we want to continue to see, the development of the scene. So we're looking for a 5th pick from Insight. I almost called them Intel. That would be quite the sponsor to have, I guess. Insight are looking for a 5th pick to round up their lineup. They need a carry. Who will the carry be? Will it be a Luna? Luna wouldn't be that bad of a pick, I suppose. Do they want to go something even more risky? They go Mirana. Mirana, Tree and Protector. They're going to try and replicate Korok and IX Mike. Can they emulate those two players? Can they be successful in doing so? It's a big ask, but they'll try and achieve that level of success. Meanwhile, on the flip side, Shadow Shaman's going to round up Dignitas' lineup. We're set to go, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you once again for tuning in, and this is looking to be an aggressive early game. I mean, this must be aggressive tri-lane, Gyrocopter middle, Beastmaster bottom, Beastmaster top, Gyrocopter middle, tri-lane bottom. I don't know. Either way, this is a pretty weak tri-lane coming out from the side of Insight. They have a lot of perks once they hit their level 6s between the Overgrowth and the Global Silence, but they need to get there. So do they apply pressure if you're Dignitas? Do you play it safe? Do you get your level 6 and then just have all the pressure in the world with the Wisp relocate? These are the questions we'll have answered momentarily here as players select up heroes. It's worth noting that some of the players on Insight have swapped out with different players. I believe they were fielding a lot of stand-ins in the last game. So we'll get to see perhaps them at full strength. One more player tagged up at the very least. As we get into the game, our dire team for this game is Insight.Avell Esports. We have Kraus playing the Bat Rider. We have Devil on lone Druid. Savior will be playing Tree and Protector, not on Silencer, and that leaves Plock playing the Marana. Meanwhile, on the flip side for Dignitas, AUI 2000 on top of Chaos Knight, way too sexy, will be playing the Wisp. Towards the bottom lane, we have Snaking on Gyrocopter. Solus, the stand-in, playing the Shadow Shaman. He's standing in for Fogged, who's not here today. And that leaves Universe, long lane on Beastmaster. And this is a lane I think he could do pretty well against. I said it in the draft, I'll say it again now. I think he could get some CS. Some creep kills. It's worth noting that this is game one of a best of, well, not a best of two, it's just a doubleheader, really. Both of these teams will be facing off in another game upon conclusion of this one. So, I mean, the Bears actually going to get caught off here by Shackle and take a whole lot of damage. They're really not liking that Bear right now. But it's also worth noting, you know, if Insight can pull off the monster upset, take down Dignitas here, then do it again, all of a sudden Dignitas have 6 losses, and they are facing one of those tough matchups in the playoffs. Perhaps. This is a big game. It's one of those games where you need to win. You should win, and you need to win if you're Dignitas. If you're Insight, put everything on the line. Try and mess up Dignitas best you can. It's a middle Chaos Knight. Bottom lane, they're still fighting this Bear. Of course, that living armor gets taken off pretty quickly from the Rocket Barrage. And Snake King's about to get a kill on the Bear. And this is going to be so much gold. 300 gold for Gyrocopter from just killing the Bear. And now Devil doesn't have a Bear for 50 seconds. This is not how you want to start off the game if you're a lone Druid player. But it is how you want to start off the game if you're snaking on that Gyrocopter, picking up some free monies. Universe gets caught off here. They're just going to drain off his mana, as we do see the curse applied to him. The Curse of the Silent, of course, is going to sap him dry. Not going to be able to spam off those axes too often until maybe he gets a bottle or something along those lines. Middle lane, we'll see way too sexy. Pulling a little bit here, maybe. Top there, still applying pressure, but Beastmaster can just walk freely through. Living Armor's in play. He's taking some damage. The arrow is coming. If Universe got hit by that, I'm pretty sure he'd get booted from his team. So he's fine. Middle lane, meanwhile, there was a dive, and Lone Druid was killed. I don't know why Lone Druid was middle lane to begin with. It looks like they've done some kind of rotation where Bat is now taking the jungle. Lone Druid's the middle lane, but he cannot stomach a dive from Chaos Knight. So that is first blood coming out in favor of Dignitas. They get the kill on the Lone Druid without a Bear. Of course, since that Bear was taken down brutally. Animal slaughter on the bottom lane from Snaking. Not on the top lane is applying some extra harass to Universe. Universe is just backing up here freely. He's level 2 already, almost level 3. That has opted towards the jungle. He's still level 1, though. He's going to stack up these camps and then work with it. It's going to be triple stack, so it should be pretty good for him. I'm Dignitas with this bottom lane. No one here. No one even close. I think start pushing this out right away. Just work towards the tower. Pause comes out from Marana. Second place is the call, so hopefully not a long pause. Take a look at our early CS. We can see Snaking on the bottom lane is hitting everything. He's 12-2. Middle lane, Chaos Knight doing a great job. AUI 2000 on that is 10-5. Top lane, we have Universe sitting at 4-0. Against him, the Marana is 8-3. So Universe did a good job of getting a CS. And those are our top 4 farmers right now. You could see. I mean, if you think about Marana and what she can do early, we take into consideration how Korok played her earlier. He had all the time in the world to create whatever he wanted in that lane. He was able to purchase off an early Midas, and then before he even really got into the team fights, he already had a Manta. This game, you're up against middle lane, another kill, as I'm ranting. And that's going to be Bear on cooldown again. I might as well just watch the middle lane. Nothing's going to happen up top. So what I was saying is that, of course, you're up against a Chaos Knight and a Wisp. They're getting their levels. They're getting their farm. Wisp's already level 3. They're going to be able to relocate onto you. They're going to be able to hit you with a Chaos Bolt. It's going to be a much more difficult game for Marana than the previous one was for Korok. And he was able to execute phenomenally. This Marana's going to have a tough time. Chaos Bolt is really going to be difficult to cope with. And now we see AUI 2000 thinking about the dive. But Devil's going to juke into the trees a little bit. Nowhere is safe for Devil. Nowhere. As middle lane has really Turn topsy-turvy for him. This dual lane combination is just too much for him to handle. Bottom lane, they're still pulling, trying to get their extra experience. Not going to push out the lane quite yet. Middle lane, they're tempting with the dive. Trying to catch me off guard. And if you're just tuning in, I'm on John. This is the American Dota League. American Dota League is brought to you by their Twitter account, @American Dota. You can also follow them on Facebook, American Dota League, and you can also follow them here on this Twitch channel. Be sure to do all of that to show support to this great organization. And now we see AUI is hunting. They're hunting this Bat Rider. Instead, they're going to come in and kill his Satyr. That's disrespectful. Step into some other man's jungle and kill some other man's Satyr. Really disrespectful from AUI. No class. Ruthless. Middle lane, Devil has to be careful still. The thing about just charging in here, I feel for him. He's really having a tough time. Bear's still not off cooldown again. This Bear's been on cooldown more than he's been alive the entirety of this game. Bottom lane CS is perfect. Well, not exactly perfect, but it's really good for snaking as he's sitting on 30-7 right now. We're only 4.5 minutes into the game, so it's mighty strong. We see Way Too Sexy is going to come and try and contest this rune. Devil actually grabs it. Invisibility is probably the only thing that's going to keep him safe for a prolonged period of time. Top lane Curse of the Silent flying off on top of Universe. He's going to back up to his tower. He's okay, though. He pops off his Call of the Wild, which is interesting. I wonder if he's forced to go with this because of the ability, of course. The Curse of the Silent. Because a lot of Beastmasters have opted for the Aura instead recently. But I do like Call of the Wild. It has its perks. Of course, so does the Aura. Especially when you're working with a team that does have a Gyrocopter and a Chaos Knight. You really reap the benefits of that, having this 2-core lineup. But we do see tower taken down, so the push was on at 5 minutes. Was able to take down a tier 1 tower. And now they're going to keep going. Snaking is just going to keep the momentum going. He already has a Hand of Midas. It's based off the cooldown. He has it 60 seconds ago. It's like a 4.5 minute Midas or something like that, which is pretty ridiculous. That's a whole lot of value for snaking. And he's got to be pretty happy with that, I'd say. Meanwhile, Wisp is still looking for levels wherever he can in the jungle right now. He hits level 4. Devil has a bear up, middle. So this is improvement. We also see Living Armor used on Bat Rider. He's in the jungle. It's helping him creep, I guess. Which, I mean, I'm sure Devil could have used that Living Armor a couple times, but either way, it probably wouldn't have been enough to save him. But still a little bit spiteful if I were him. Bottom lane, there's a lot of heroes down here, but the wave is pushing back towards them once again. This tower took a little bit of damage, but it reset the equilibrium. Now top lane TP comes in from Universe. Universe is level 5. He's almost level 6. So he's just done a good job of taking whatever experience he deemed necessary and whatever he could take without sacrificing himself. And he'll continue to do so. Middle lane we see TP, and it's going to be Wisp joining the Chaos Knight. And Devil playing really far back. He's trying to apply some harass damage, but he's out of range, so the bear can't attack. There's a bear attack. And now here it goes, AUI charging. Devil gets caught off here. Sheeped by Solus from the back end. Attacked by AUI from the front. And the last hit netted by Chaos Knight. He now has 1 kill. That's his first kill. It looks like Wisp got the other one. They somehow each have 2 assists. Oh, that's right. One of the kills went to the Radiance. So that explains that. 3-0 is our kill lead right now. Dignitas over Insight. And Insight are going to go all in on this Mirana. She's only 36 CS, so her CS isn't as good as the freeform Gyro, which is probably to be expected. Gyro is left absolutely alone. He's able to take down the tower as well. She has a little bit of a contest up here. Has to deal with the annoyance of seeing Beastmaster every time she pokes right into the lane. In the jungle, Bat Rider now sitting on 1,000 gold. He's getting close to finishing up Blink, so he's done a good job of jungling. 45. If we take a look at her net worth, it will show us Bat Rider's at 25, she's at 23. We see Gyrocopter at 38, almost 39, and then AUI at 31. Top lane, there's a stun coming out on Universe. He gets hit by an arrow, and Universe is going to turn around and roar Plock, and Plock with the instant timeout. Not cool. Not cool, dude. And Asari comes out, and Universe is going to keep running for his life. There's a glaive of wisdom, but it's not going to be enough to finish off Universe as he's able to back up there. That pause. Mid lane, AUI is going to come in. He does pick up his Helm of Iron Will, and now there's a tether. Once again, Wisp is going to charge in. They're not going to actually go to the high ground where Devil is hiding. It's like playing a game of hide-and-go-seek with him. You're just trying to spot him wherever he is. Illusion's picked up by the bear. Solace comes down to the bottom rune and is disappointed to find that nothing is there because the bear already ruined it for him. Meanwhile, in the jungle, Batrider on 1,500 gold. Need this Batrider and need this Mirana to somehow turn this around. Let's take a look at our levels, actually. We're looking at levels, and we see Treant's only level 3, which is one of my primary concerns when you have a Treant in play, and he's not getting levels. Living Armor isn't quite as effective. We've already seen Rocket Barrage handles Living Armor pretty well on top of that, but not having the Overgrowth is big in these fights. That means the only setup ability for arrows is going to be an Entangle from Lone Druid or potentially a Lasso from Batrider. Which, honestly, if your hero's lassoed early on in the game, they should probably be dying anyway. It probably shouldn't take an arrow to kill them. But the way this game is going, it could. As we do see AUI jumping on top of Savior now. Savior is going to go down. Chaos Knight picking up another kill. And they're going to just continue on here. Universe has a Roar available. Roar on Mirana. Mirana is going to get killed off here. Ooh, surviving just barely. Axis Fly. One more auto attack should do her in. AUI will get that if he's 8 clicks forward. And there it is. Chaos Knight now on a killing spree. And now with a whole lot more gold to work with. He has 950 working towards that armlet. He certainly is close. It's 5-0 lead for Dignitas right now in the bottom lane. We're looking at snaking. He has the Helm of Iron Will as well. Perhaps working towards Helm of the Dominator. Middle lane, Devil finally has some space and time to farm. I felt for him early. He's now got 17 CS, so this is where the comeback begins. If you're a fan of Insight, if you're rooting for Insight.Avell, it's Devil getting some CS here in the middle lane. Hopefully, maybe. Meanwhile, top lane, Nada's going to rotate in here. He's got to be careful, though, because the dive is in full effect. We do have a Hawk spotting him off as well. Middle lane, there's a relocate. They're going to bring in the Gyrocopter, and it looks like Jukes from Devil are going to get him to the high ground. And who said he couldn't turn this game around? Not me. He's able to make it to the high ground, and he's safe now. We do see Batrider really close to this Blink Dagger. This is so important for him. If he can pick this up, maybe they can get 1 or 2 of these big kills in the team fights. I mean, Gyrocopter's already pretty beefy. He's got 1,000 health, but Chaos Knight, going to be a tough target. Beastmaster, a tough target. So maybe they can go for the Gyrocopter and try and focus him down with whatever damage they have. Oh, no, not now. Oh, he does buy up the Blink Dagger before he dies. Cross gets ganked off here. Shackle is in play. And he will go down to one more auto attack. Listen there. It's being blocked by the Living Armor. Living Armor OP. Universe does get the kill, though. And meanwhile, we are cold on the back end. Wisp is going to get a kill on Tree and Protector. And the Bear is trying to kill off Snaking, but AUI is in pursuit of Devil. He's backing up a little bit. They want to kill the Bear instead. It's worth so much gold. They get 300 more gold to Gyrocopter. And Solace gets a kill onto that Silencer, and there's another kill onto Mirana. So, fight's going the way of Dignitas. Not too surprising here, as we do see 1 death. Solace dropping down in the middle of the fight, and once again, Insight is on the board. Things are starting to look a little bit up. It's 10-1. Dignitas versus Insight. It's the American Dota League. Check out @AmericanDota on Twitter. Check out American Dota League on Twitch. If you're in-game, be sure to stop by and follow their Twitch stream, which I'm broadcasting on right now. If you're in the stream, be sure to follow it as well. It's really easy. Just click the button. And it supports them. It gives them great numbers to show to future sponsors, people that want to get involved, if they're able to host up another season. So do that. This game we have Dignitas versus Insight. Dignitas heavy favorites. Insight unable to find a victory thus far in the ADL. Dignitas probably before the tournament one of the favorites to make it to the finals. I don't think that's too difficult to imply, but either way, they need to win these games against Insight. They have 1 game right now, and then afterwards they're going to run it back. Insight are going to play them again. Dignitas are doing their job right now. If we take a look at the graphs, we see over 10,000 gold, over 7,500 experience. It's only 12.5 minutes into the game. That's a pretty solid lead. And the items are starting to reflect that as well. Beastmaster with 1,800 gold in the bank. Shadow Shaman close to having a buckler, close to having a mech. Devil's going to back up here, and it looks like the relocate's going to come in, and Devil. Oh, no. When it rains, it pours, buddy. AUI 2000 on top of him. Way too sexy on top of him. He's surviving. And this could be a turnaround. Knock comes in, but no. Instead, he's just going to die as well. And 2 more kills for Dignitas on the top lane. As Wisp leaves Chaos Knight behind. Chaos Knight completing up that armlet, having that in the last team fight. He also has 1,000 more gold on top of that as well. We see Savior now level 4 in that Tree and Protector. Kraus has that Blink Dagger, but hasn't really been able to use it to good effectiveness yet. Mirana looking for some farms. She was the beneficiary of the Tri-Lane farm. A Tri-Lane that, won pretty well for them. They got some CS, but Mirana's this hero that needs a lot of farm to be effective, especially as a hard carry, which I'm not sure she could ever truly be, which Quark will probably object to considering how well he played her, but definitely needs a lot of farm to deal this damage, and it's not there yet. We'll see if she can get there. AUI 2000 gets hit by a lasso here. He's going to get entangled by the bear. A couple of chain disables. AUI going to pop up the armlet in a moment. Turn this around. There's a roar. It stops Kraus in his tracks. Nobody wants to engage. And here we go. Now AUI in the middle of the fight. He's going to get a 4-second Chaos Bolt. He's able to kill off Kraus first. He's in pursuit of Not Now. There's the Reality Rift. And a crit. And another crit. He's going to kill off Not. Savior's the next target. Gets hit by a 4-second Chaos Bolt. And AUI is just on top of rolling the dice, and Flock jumping to a really, really bad spot. He's going to try and kill off Way Too Sexy. Way Too Sexy is going to retreat here. Plock opting not to use the arrow to interrupt the TP, and instead he's just going to die. One more auto attack should do the job. Solus looking for the kill, but no, Living Armor comes back, and Plock turning it around, getting a kill on Solus, but a big crit from AUI. Makes sure he doesn't let his friend die without getting redemption. Way Too Sexy behind the tower is going to relocate back to the base. AUI and Universe are just going to casually back out. The kill lead is now 16-2 as Dignitas build on their early successes over 15,000 gold. Uh-oh, Universe gets caught off here. Kraus in pursuit. You see there's also the curse on him. It's going to hit him for almost 200 damage. And Universe is going to drop. This is a nice kill for Insight. They've got 3 kills now. And Lasso was coming off cooldown, so they didn't even need Lasso for that. With Dignitas pushing middle lane, maybe they can look for even more. Gyrocopter picks up a Yasha. He also has a Helm of the Dominator. Wisp, Urn, Bottle, Chaos Knight, 2,800 gold. Maybe just going to go for the Heart. If you can't kill him, then I don't know what. And the Heart would definitely put him to that point where virtually unkillable from Insight. There's just the lack of damage. Mirana has to opt for 2 Wraith Bands to try and stay in the game at this point. Here's a big rotate. They're going to try and gank in here. No relocate available. Will they get spotted off? Do they have anything to catch them? The bear is in pursuit. The bear is trying to keep up with Way Too Sexy, but Way Too Sexy is way too fast. And he will make it out of there. A good attempt from Insight. Would have liked to see an arrow fly, but it looked like Mirana was in the back of those ranks, so not able to really cash in on that. Snaking Dota going to pick up his Demon Edge. So he's going all out damage, and this is a big stack. This is like a 5 stack, and he's having no trouble killing this off. This is going to be a really early MKB, I want to guess. I don't know if he's ballsy enough to go for the Rapier, but I would love to see it. Way Too Sexy gets jumped on here, gets lassoed, and this is a good, realistic targeting coming out from Inside. And they're going to guarantee a kill on the Wisp. They use a lot for it. They use the Global Silence. They use the lasso, but they need to get kills, and they do that just that right there. So nice play by Insight, taking advantage of Way Too Sexy. Can't get away from him twice. And now snaking Dota with 1,600 gold in the bank. Is he going to go for the early Rapier? Is snaking bold enough to get an inside 20-minute Rapier? I think he is. There's a call down. It's going to hit on absolutely nothing. Maybe catch a couple melee creeps. 1 melee creep. It was, of course, to give him some spacing and go for this tower. The arrow was going to connect on a range creep as well. Top lane tower goes down to Beastmaster. Snaking's just retreating here. Has 2,000 gold in the bank now. Midas off cooldown in 23 more seconds. Shadow Shaman's going to be pursued, but they're going to let him go. And now Beastmaster's the next target. He has travels, though, so he's mighty quick. And those travels off cooldown. He can make his way somewhere else. A relocate may come out in a moment here from Wisp. Wisp has it off cooldown. They're being spotted up by this little creep. He's keeping tabs on them. Doing a good job of it. Kill lead is 16-4. Dignitas over Inside. An arrow hits on Snaking middle. They're throwing everything they have at him. Snaking dropping pretty low. And he's going to get hit by the mech, and it's going to get turned around. Universe comes in with a roar, relocates in the middle of the fight. 2 heroes dead now for Insight. They're going to go ahead and sheep up the bear and work on him next. There's a shackle that's going to catch Savior in the middle of the call down. My, oh my, how quickly the tides have turned. That poor Tree and Protector can't even hit level 6. He's level 5, 18 minutes in. And now they're going to go ahead and drop the Serpent Wards on to Tier 3. And Dignitas, they mean business. They're going to try and finish off this Tier 3 and go for racks. Snaking Dota does go for the Divine Rapier, so I questioned whether or not he'd be bold enough. He does do it. And now Kraus is going to come in and look for the lasso. Can they get this Rapier? Would it be enough if they got it? Probably not, but it would be something. It would certainly make this game entertaining for a couple of moments. But they're just going to let the racks go down. Now with the middle barracks down, we'll see. Dignitas the ball in their court. Do they want to rotate towards bottom and keep the pressure up? Gyrocopter hitting mighty hard, especially against some of these underleveled heroes. Taking a look at levels again, 7, 6, 9. Ouch, that's going to hurt, and his net worth is 15,000. The next closest is Mirana. He's tripling her up at 4,600. Now snaking, ooh. You know, I thought he was bold enough to do this without getting the Aegis. He's going to get the Aegis. Playing a little bit safe here. A little bit disappointed. Give the Aegis to like way too sexy or something. Nope, Gyrocopter's going to take it. Going to play it safe with the Divine Rapier, and they're going to push through, and they could probably end the game in the next 3 minutes or so if they really put some pressure onto Insight. And that's what we'll see them try and do here. Relocate is going to be available for Wisp, so they can make their way to the fight wherever the fight may be. Snaking pushing out this bottom lane by himself. They're going to try and bring the middle lane in and then switch over, I'd assume, towards this bottom lane tower, which has already taken a good amount of damage. Insight looking to try and find a victory, but not sure it's going to be this game as they're working on this Tier 3 tower. Tier 3 tower going down rather quickly. Rapier's definitely going to contribute to that. Look at the flat cannon damage. Almost kills him off. AUI is going to dive in and get a kill elsewhere onto Batrider. Buyback comes out because looks like Shadow Shaman had to trade his life for that. Gyrocopter's killing off the racks. Arrows flying. It's going to connect on Gyrocopter. Throw everything you have at him. Come on. Rally, Insight. Rally, rally, rally. Oh, everything they have is not enough. Here comes the call down. Snaking turns around. It's 1 versus 4. Dota, Snaking working on the bear. He'll kill off the bear first because why not? Flat Cannon Dota is going to kill off the Silencer as well as the Lone Druid. And now Mirana, last man standing, is trying to make his way back to the well. But Snaking with an Aegis is not going to let this Mirana survive. See you never. Mirana downed in her own well. Snaking Dota not looking back, and here Kraus with the 2-foot blink gives him the rampage. GG, well played. Double rampage for Snaking. He's just going to go into the well to everybody. Not triple rampage for Snaking. When's the next respawn? 5 seconds until Lone Druid is back up. They're trying to keep Snaking in place. The Serpent Trap will slow him down, and he can't get the quadruple rampage. But that game, pretty one-sided in favor of Dignitas as they take down Insight in the first of a doubleheader. Will Insight have a better response in Game 2? Will they have a tri-lane that maybe features a disable, a reliable disable at that? I don't know. I think that would make them a little bit more sound and at least let them push out that long laner. But Insight have definitely had their fair share of struggles. Dignitas not making any blunders this game. 5 deaths is all they gave up and certainly looked on point. Gyrocopter finishing the game with 982 gold per minute. Snaking Dota. The king has arrived. And we'll have the next game coming for you shortly on NY John TV. Follow me at NY John TV on Twitter. I appreciate all the people that have followed me throughout the day today. It's awesome as I'm on my quest towards 100 followers. And hopefully I'll reach it by the end of this broadcast. But also be sure to check out at American Dota. That is the Twitter for the American Dota League. And follow them on their Twitch stream. And buy a ticket. It's only $5. And you get access to all these games. You get to see the brilliant competition. You get to see Snaking go 982 in terms of gold per minute. And, of course, playoffs around the corner. It's going to be nice to be able to watch those games in-game, follow your favorite players, playmakers around the league. And that's it for now. We're going to have another game coming for you soon. Be sure to stay tuned and see you then.